What does sales mean to you? We need to understand what sales is and what's not. What's where we need to start? This is foundation. So, who wants to share? What does sales mean to you? And there's no wrong answers. What does it mean to you? Let's have this conversation.
Transference of energy and conviction.
Okay.
Yeah, enrolling them that you can move them closer to desired state, or enroll them that you can get away from the painful state.
Okay. Keep it coming. Keep it coming.
I would say it's authentically uncovering what the client wants, and then sharing a path. I would say an unbiased path on how they can get there.
For me, it's helping someone make the best decision for themselves and be happy with the decision they made at the end of the conversation.
Service, understanding what they need to better their life, whether it's health, wealth, or happiness. That's it.
You all
Being
right?
a problem finder, not just a problem solver.
Yes, you are all right. It's so interesting because everyone's right. I have a specific definition. It's an art. Sales is an art. And by the way, you're probably going to want, some of you are going to want to take notes. Some of the stuff. You're going to rewatch this, you're going to take notes. But there's specific things I'm going to land that some of you will be like, holy fuck. That's what it is. And so it'll change the way you sell just from what I'm sharing. So sales is the art of helping someone confront their reality, from my experience, take responsibility of their situation, right? And choose to change freely. They choose to change freely. And this is without shame. This is without pressure. And this is without persuasion. And this is the most important part. For their reasons, not yours. Their reasons, their content, not yours. So when I say that, what's coming up? Let's talk about this, because this is going to guide every new sales conversation forever. Forever. What's coming up? Someone share. Go.
For me, it's, it's the complete embodiment of a prospect actually coming to a realization on a call that, they need to get out of their own way and they need to hear themselves say it, as opposed to any sort of trick or anything like that that's going to reframe anything. It's 100% up to the person on the other end of the call.
Yeah. Beautiful. Let me take a step back. When I say confront reality, what does that mean? We got to really get this clear. Confront reality, right? The art of helping someone confront reality. What does that mean? You all did it in the freedom experience.
Take the veil off of their eyes as to where they're at currently.
Yeah. Take off, make them see what they can't see. Right? Meaning to confront the truth. How do we confront the truth? Well, simply we go from love is a pain, surface pain of what they're actually coming on the call experiencing, what they think is the problem, right? And then we go to secret pain, which is what's happening that's unknown spoken pain. So we're going to go deeper in a couple weeks on this. We're going to map out your prospect's secret pain. Okay, I got you. Just understand of what they're coming on the call they don't want to tell you, but it's the real pain happening because of the symptoms. And then the root of the problem is the source pain. The thing that's actually causing the fucking symptoms. If you just know that, you've won. And I say this is because confronting reality is getting to the source of the pain, the source of what's happening and why it's happening. And when all of you will be able to do that, it's like, holy shit, they trust the fuck out of you. We have to confront the reality and strip down to the bare truth of this in anything that you sell. You guys track that? See how that works? Okay? So let's talk about taking responsibility of the situation. What does that mean? What does that mean for you guys? Take responsibility for the situation. Level 4 responsibility.
I always come back, coach, to being a doctor when they can admit to me, like, listen, they don't change this. They remain sick. They remain stuck. Once they admitted that to me, everything, I didn't say anything else. They just unload on you.
Yeah.
But you have to get to that.
And I'm going to just move on so we can get through this part, because I have other stuff I want to get through. It's basically them owning the reality that they caused it and they created it. That's it. If they don't own where they are and own their pain and own their problems, own their patterns, own what's causing it, then how are they going to change it? They're not. You're forcing them to change it. They haven't owned it. It's your fault. You haven't had for 16 years. Okay. So they have to own the change, right? And then the next thing is choosing change freely. What does that mean? Choosing change, choosing it. They have to choose, self-lead to choose it freely. Not forcing, you've got to change. You've got to do this. Here's the pitch, but freely choose. What does that mean?
Think of their own will. If you've done these pieces, like taking the veil off and then also taking your responsibility through the call, that they are going to freely choose, like, holy shit, if I don't actually change, I'm choosing to stay stuck.
Yeah. Yeah. The most powerful thing is when you can just hold the mirror up and someone chooses they don't want that anymore. And they're done with that reality, and they want this new 2.0 reality. They want a business with 20 leads a month. And when you can paint that pit and peak, that process, and create so much desire that they want this desire more than they want this, because they feel that desire. It's like, holy shit. Okay, I'm choosing that. I'm choosing this reality versus this reality. I'm choosing this one. You sure you want to choose that one? Yes. Like, you don't have to. Like, you want this or this? You see, we're just the guide. We're the middleman. That's it. There's no emotion with me. I'm holding space for their shadows and darkness and their emotion. I'm going to say that again. Now, are you weapons of holding your own shadows by doing the work and continuing to investigate what shadows showing up in my king and my 1.0? It is so much easier now for all of you to hold space for the shadows, the emotions, the fucking lies and stories for your prospects. You know what I'm saying? How many of you noticing right now, like, the fucking narratives? A little bit more. Yeah. 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 They're going to continue to show up. I have to interrupt people. It's like, hey. Oh, hey. Like, then we're going to practice interruption tools and experiences to, like, hey, whoa, right? And, like, I hear you, and, right? There's ways to do that because we have to. We got to get them out of their own reality. But we can't do that until we set the sanctuary and have permission to do that. Cannot do that. Permission. We're going to master that today. Okay. So that's from my experience. And some of you don't know, I've been selling for 20 years. I sold gym memberships in 2003, personal training. And then this is like corporate sales to like high ticket. This is what I've gathered it is. And so that from my experience, I'm not like, you're all right. And I believe so is this. Right. And so anyone else want to share something here on this one before we move on to the next thing?
I want to say, Coach, I love that you've emphasized that it's an art, because art is not something that is, you can have technical skills. You can go to art class and learn new ways of painting, right? But to embody your own expression is what makes you successful in sales.
Mm. Yeah. Yes. And thank you for saying that. And what comes up when you say that is something I've realized is that sales is not persuasion. Sales is facilitated self-confrontation.
Mm-hmm.
Facilitated self-confrontation. That you're just, again, holding space for their shadows and their limitations. And then you're showing them what's possible on the other side of all that darkness. And I know because you all have 4, 5, 6, 10 fucking calls a day, it becomes autopilot. And the autopilot, you just check a fucking box off. And I get that. And there's a meaning and story you make up about that is not true. And the opposite is true. Meaning, what if we shifted the way you looked at sales as a transformational ceremony, right? To facilitate confrontation and be willing to go there with them, because what's at stake for them fucking matters, right? So we are here to hold the mirror, right? And create safety and let the truth surface, right? And so when I think about this, and I want you to hear this, because sales to me is like holding up a mirror. That's all we're doing. Here's the mirror. Here's what you just told me. This I'm gonna repeat it back. How do you feel about that? You just told me this. This is what's happening. Did I get that right? Okay. What do you want to do with that? We're not fixing. We're not giving them a solution. Did I get that right? How long has that been going on? How do you feel about that? When that happens, what happens to you when you do that? What do you notice? Okay, interesting. It's not dragging someone through a door We're not dragging them through the door. When we hold space for them and be the mirror for them, the door opens up. You got that? The door fucking opens. It's like, oh, just come on in. They're like, okay, you sure? Yeah, you sure? Yeah, it's okay to come in. Yeah, come on, one step, I'll walk with you. Where it's like it's a facilitated, let's walk through the door together experience. Okay. So,